Silent wars are fought with weapons you'll never hear coming. From poison-tipped umbrellas to invisible cyber attacks, these are the deadliest tools of covert warfare that changed history. The Bulgarian Umbrella. The Bulgarian Umbrella, a modified parasol with a pneumatic firing mechanism that injected a 1.7mm ricin pellet, used by KGB operatives in 1978 to assassinate Bulgarian dissident Georgy Markov on Waterloo Bridge in London. Stuxnet cyber weapon. Stuxnet, the first true cyber weapon. This computer worm, deployed around 2010, contained over 15,000 lines of code designed specifically to destroy Iranian nuclear centrifuges by altering their rotation speeds while displaying normal readings. Polonium-210. Polonium-210, the radioactive poison used to kill former FSB officer Alexander Litvinenko in 2006. 1 gram of this substance releases 140 watts of heat and delivers 200,000 times the lethal dose through alpha radiation. Novichok nerve agent. Novichok agents, Soviet-era nerve toxins 5 to 8 times more lethal than VX. The A234 variant was used in the 2018 Salisbury poisoning, persisting on surfaces for weeks and requiring specialized decontamination. The heart attack gun. The CIA's heart attack gun, revealed in 1975 Church Committee hearings. This modified Colt Python fired a frozen dart containing shellfish toxin that dissolved completely, leaving only a tiny red mark and inducing cardiac arrest within minutes. Suppressed Welrod pistol. The Welrod Mk2, Britain's silent pistol from 1943. This bolt-action .32 ACP handgun produced just 73 decibels when fired, quieter than a normal conversation, using integrated baffles and rubber wipes to suppress the shot. Acoustic Kitty. Acoustic Kitty, the CIA's $20 million 1960s operation that surgically implanted listening devices and a transmitter into a cat. The battery was placed in the chest cavity with an antenna woven into the tail for eavesdropping on Soviet conversations. Dead drop spike. The dead drop spike, a hollowed concealment device, typically 4 to 6 inches long, designed to be buried in the ground. Used extensively during the Cold War to exchange microfilm, cash, and instructions without direct contact between agents. Lipstick pistol. The KGB lipstick pistol, a single-shot 4.5mm weapon disguised as a cosmetic tube, delivered to female operatives in the 1960s. Measuring just 3 inches, it fired when twisted, effective at close range with no safety mechanism. The Thing. The Thing, a passive listening device gifted to US Ambassador Avril Harriman in 1945. This carved wooden Great Seal of the United States contained a resonant cavity that transmitted conversations when hit with radio waves, operating without batteries for 7 years. Rectal Concealment Toolkit. CIA rectal concealment kits, waterproof aluminum capsules, 6 inches long and 1 inch in diameter, containing escape tools, maps, compasses, and currency. Designed for deep concealment during interrogation, these kits could hold up to $5,000 in various currencies. Saxitoxin shellfish poison. Saxitoxin, a paralytic shellfish toxin stockpiled by the CIA despite presidential orders to destroy it. Just 1 milligram is lethal, causing respiratory paralysis within 12 hours with no known antidote. The shoe transmitter. The heel transmitter, a 1960s KGB device embedded in the heel of a shoe. This 2-ounce unit broadcasts conversations within a 300-foot radius for up to 18 hours on a single charge, activated by pressing down on the heel. Exploding coal. OSS exploding coal, cast iron devices coated with coal dust and wax. Placed in enemy coal supplies during World War II, these 8-ounce charges detonated when shoveled into locomotive or ship boilers, causing catastrophic explosions. Buttonhole camera. The F-21 buttonhole camera, a sub-miniature Soviet camera from the 1970s, just 30mm in diameter. Hidden behind a suit jacket button, it used special 21mm film and could capture 25 frames of documents through a pinhole lens. Cyanide pill, L-pill. The L-pill, a potassium cyanide capsule encased in glass and coated with rubber, measuring 8mm long. Issued to OSS and SOE operatives, biting down released 12 grams of cyanide, causing death within 15 seconds. Tire spike strip. The Phoenix spike strip, hollow steel spikes arranged on a retractable belt, developed for CIA vehicle interdiction in the 1960s. Each 2-inch spike punctured tires at speeds up to 70 miles per hour while remaining embedded to ensure deflation. Microfilm in eyeglasses. Microdot concealment in eyeglasses. East German Stasi technique embedding 1mm photographic dots into the frame screws. Each microdot could contain an entire page of text, readable only under 200x magnification. Dart firing wristwatch. The KGB dart firing wristwatch, a modified timepiece containing a single-shot mechanism firing a cyanide-tipped dart. Activated by pulling the watch stem, it was effective up to 10 feet and appeared completely functional as a regular watch. Silent Dragonfly drone. The CIA's Insectothopter, a 1970s dragonfly-shaped drone measuring 6 centimeters long. Powered by a miniature gasoline engine, it carried audio equipment and cameras, though crosswinds limited its operational effectiveness to indoor environments. Cobra Venom dart gun. The single-shot dart gun loaded with Cobra Venom, a CIA assassination tool from the 1950s. Fired electrically with no noise, the projectile delivered 3 milligrams of neurotoxin causing death within 30 minutes, mimicking natural causes. Coal Scuttle radio. SO's Coal Scuttle radio, a fully functional shortwave transceiver hidden inside a working coal bucket used in occupied France. Operating on 3 to 8 megahertz, it could transmit messages up to 500 miles while appearing as ordinary household equipment. Fountain pen gun. The Stinger pen gun, a .22 caliber single-shot weapon disguised as a fountain pen, produced in the 1990s. Measuring 5.5 inches, it fired when a concealed trigger was pressed, effective at close range with no safety features. Silver dollar concealment. The hollowed silver dollar, a two-piece concealment device machined to exact specifications of a 1921 Morgan dollar. Used by Soviet spy Rudolf Abel, it could hide microfilm or microdots in a 15mm chamber, undetectable except under close examination. Glove pistol. The US Navy Mk2 glove pistol, a single-shot .38 weapon mounted on the back of a leather glove during World War II. Fired by punching, it delivered point-blank shots for underwater demolition teams and maritime operatives in close-quarters combat. Tree stump listening device. The SRS-4 artificial tree stump, a CIA concealment for listening devices used along the Ho Chi Minh Trail in Vietnam. These fiberglass replicas, weighing 40 pounds, contain solar-powered transmitters broadcasting enemy movements for up to 6 months. Tire pressure gauge knife. The concealed blade tire gauge, an East German Stasi tool containing a 3-inch stiletto blade. Appearing as a standard tire pressure gauge, the blade ejected when the gauge was twisted, designed for close-quarters assassination. Electromagnetic pulse generator. Portable EMP devices, briefcase-sized electromagnetic pulse generators developed in the 1980s. Producing focused bursts up to 50 megawatts, these weapons could disable electronics within a 50-foot radius, erasing data and destroying circuits. Pipe bomb disguised as pipe. The smoking pipe bomb, an IRA favorite from the 1970s, a functional tobacco pipe with a 20-gram Semtex charge in the bowl. Detonated by lighting the tobacco, it appeared completely innocent during searches and checkpoints. Ring poison dispenser. The poison ring, a signet ring with a hidden compartment beneath the setting containing powdered toxins. Used since medieval times and perfected by Cold War agencies, a handshake could deliver lethal doses of ricin or arsenic compounds. Briefcase machine gun. The Heckler & Koch MP5K briefcase, a modified submachine gun firing through the case wall. Chambered in 9mm with a 15 or 30 round magazine, it fired at 900 rounds per minute, triggered by squeezing the handle grip. Fake battery transmitter. The battery bug, a functional AA battery containing a miniature transmitter used by the FBI and CIA operating on 1.5 volts, it broadcast conversations within 200 feet for up to 40 hours while powering the host device normally. Cigarette gun. The cigarette pistol, a single-shot .22 caliber weapon disguised as a cigarette, used by OSS operatives. Measuring just 3 inches, it fired when the filter was depressed, effective at point-blank range with no second shot capability. Rectal escape saw. The jiggly saw, a flexible wire saw, 24 inches long with T-handles, designed for rectal concealment. Capable of cutting through iron bars and handcuffs, this surgical-grade tool was issued to SOE agents operating behind enemy lines. Exploding briefcase. Operation Valkyrie's briefcase bomb, the July 20th, 1944 assassination attempt on Hitler used a British-made device containing 1 kilogram of plastic C explosive with a 10-minute chemical fuse, though positioning under a heavy oak table reduced its effectiveness. Book concealment safe. The hollow book safe, not just a concealment but a communication dead drop. Intelligence services used authentic library books with carved interiors, each catalogued and placed in public libraries for agent communication without direct contact. Ice bullet. Ice bullets, Frozen projectiles made from water mixed with blood for stability, fired from modified air rifles. Used in Soviet gulags, these melted completely, leaving minimal forensic evidence, though limited range and fragility reduced effectiveness.